Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever time this is where you find me. I am Jenna Ross with Spiritually Savage. I am a psychic medium, channeler, card reader, spiritual guide, spiritual coach, soul guide, whatever you want to call me. I am here to help you to learn to listen to your soul and to live your life without question marks. My light is falling, sorry. I have that problem often. So let's talk. I literally was going to do a full moon reading, and I was outside grounding and getting ready to come in and do this talk with you guys and do a reading. And I felt like I wasn't ready. So I said I was listening to music because that's how I raise my vibration. It's how I process. It's how I get messages from spirit. A lot of you know music speaks to you, and music speaks to me incredibly heavily. Sometimes I will get songs that I've never heard before on a playlist that I've created, and I will know who they're from, whose soul put it there. It's a message from spirit. It's a message from my twin. It's something. The words will speak to me very heavily. I hear songs in stores. I hear songs on shows, and people say to me all the time, where the hell do you get all this music? It comes to me. And if you learn to listen to the signs and recognize it, then it will listen to you too. And they will come to you and you will recognize it too. So while I was out there, I said to Spirit, I really just don't feel like I'm ready to go in there. I almost don't want to do a video today. And I'm trying to be incredibly consistent because I'm building this channel. And by the way, I'm very thankful for your subscribes and your shares. This channel's only a couple of weeks old and I already have 70 subscribers. And I'm so blessed and thankful for those of you who are receiving these messages and wanting to share them with other people, and for corresponding with me, and for scheduling private readings with me, and scheduling coaching and things like that. So I'm super blessed, and I thank you so very much for that energy that's coming back to me. It lets me know that I'm on the right path, and that what I do makes a difference, and that is why I do anything to make a difference, because if you don't make a difference, like, what the hell am I doing here? So while I was out there, I said to Spirit, I really just don't feel ready to do this video. So I'm going to listen to one more song. Send me what song that you would have me to inspire me, to drive me, to like raise that vibration to the place where I want to be, and or where you want me to be, where your message will come through. And I got the song Hell No by Ingrid Michaelson. And I love this song. It's a very high energy song, but to me, it's about, the song is literally, if you have not heard it before, you should go look it up. At least go look at the words if that's not your type of music. Because she's talking about a dude that she finally left, and she says, if he calls me up, am I going to take him back? And I said, hell no. And she talks about how she should have known better than to go back all these other times. But now she's saying yes to herself. And she's saying hell no to everything else that does not align with what she wants. Last night, I did a talk on a group in Facebook that I belong to and help a moderator take care of. And it is about positive body image and self-care and bringing your sexy out and being okay with that. And it's an amazing group. And, so we've been doing these talks on confidence and how to gain confidence, like baby steps, how to gain the zero fucks lifestyle and what that actually means. And then next week, we're going to do a talk on self-care. So today, I really didn't want to do this talk on self-care because I'm going to do one for her group. But then I thought, you know what? There's so much confusion about what self-care versus selfishness is. And we view self-care as a very surface level thing, which is a lot the way that most people view spirituality. Spirituality is a very surface level thing. We view it as religion, and religion is something that we do only on Wednesday nights and Sunday mornings or Saturday mornings, depending on what religion you are. And so the thing is that spirituality is engraved in everything that you do. It's part of who you are, and your self-care is too. People go, I don't have time for self-care. Then you don't have time to be alive. Because literally, like, it is literally like saying, I have to go places, but I don't have time to fill my car up with gas. Have you ever been too busy to fill your car up with gas? You realize late that you're running out of gas, or you run out of gas, and guess where you go? Fucking nowhere. And after a while, when you stop maintaining your car, when you stop changing the oil, you stop getting new tires, your car falls apart, and nobody's confused about that. But in life, we're very confused about why people hold themselves together and then all of a sudden they just fall over. They can't take it anymore. They lose their shit. They, abandon their life and run away because they've been living a lie. They've been running on fumes. They've been running on the same oil that they had all these years because they refused to change it. And they said, I didn't have time to self-care. Self-care is not an option. You don't build self-care into your life. You build your life around self-care. Do you know why? Because you should do everything in your life from the overflow. And where are you getting anything filling your cup? Where are you getting this overflow from to give to other people if you don't fill your cup first? It's very confusing to people because people look at doing what's best for them as selfish. Doing what's best for you is what's best for everyone in your life. Because if you are not doing what's best for you and taking care of you and healing your trauma and doing the actual self-care things, because self-care is not about getting your hair did, painting your nails, doing your makeup every day, but guess what? That's part of it. That's the outward show for self-care. Okay, when you get up every day, like during the quarantine, everybody was like, oh my god, I don't even know how to wear real clothes anymore. What am I going to do if I ever have to actually go back to work? And I thought, really? Because I got up every morning, I showered, I put on clothes, I did my hair, I put my makeup on, I put my earrings on. I did the same things every day because I do those things for me, not for other people. Not because I have to be somewhere. I do them for me. I look this way for me. It makes me feel better to look like me to me. I do it because it's an outward expression of how much I care about me inside. As within, so without. And when you are not taking care of yourself, have you ever seen those people that are deep in depression? What do? They don't shower, they don't brush their teeth, they don't get out of bed, they don't change clothes, they just lay in their underwear all day or in sweatpants, they eat garbage because how they feel inside is what's translating to the outside. Ask yourself right now, how do you translate to the outside? How are you translating you to the outside? How are you showing yourself to the world? Because that's how you feel about you. It's not how other people feel about you. If you don't look like you and what you want to look like, wear the clothes that you want to wear, then you are putting on an act. You are acting right. You ever heard that? People say to their children, I wish he would learn to act right. I don't want my child to act. I want it to come from inside. I want him to be that way because that's who he is. I don't want to force him to be fake. I don't want to force him to fit into your idea of what he should be or my idea of what he should be. That doesn't mean he doesn't have rules. I teach him every day, and he does. But we also have open communication about who he is and who he wants to be and what's in alignment with his integrity. And if something I want him to do or eat or an event I want him to go with doesn't align with that, he sits down and has a discussion with me about it. And he says, I really don't want to go because that doesn't line up with what I want to do or who I want to be. Because you teach people to have these conversations. You teach them to have them with you. That way, when they grow up, they don't let other people take advantage of them. They don't fall into the people pleasing. So here's the thing. We always look at people pleasing as being kind and being helpful to everybody else, but people pleasing is a direct affront to your self-care. It is you saying to yourself, that other people's opinions, other people's comfort is more important than yours. Nobody's opinion, nobody's comfort should be more important than yours, because when you make somebody else's view of what your life should be, or what you should look like, or anything like, or your career should be, your relationship should be, if you let somebody else's view of what that should be become so important to you that you alter your life, then what you're doing is inside you're telling yourself, this person matters more than you do. This person's smarter than you. This person knows what they're doing more than you do. And it just pushes you down. Okay? Self-care is about doing shadow work. Self-care is about cutting off toxic relationships, no matter who they are. Self-care is about not working at that dead-end job that you wake up in the morning and go, dear God, why am I still here? Self-care is also about not staying at a job that does not pay your bills adequately. Self-care is about loving yourself enough to take care of you the way that you bitch about other people not taking care of you. If you are not taking care of you, you are showing other people that that's the way that you want to be taken care of. You are showing people that this is what you will settle for. I will settle for scraps. I had a conversation yesterday with somebody who doesn't feel like they get a lot of attention from members of the opposite sex. And so they settle for not just normal, like people, that they don't like, but they're settling for the fruit literally that's on the ground. And they're settling for non-healthy relationships that are not bringing them joy, not giving them what they want, but they feel like that's all they can settle for. That's all they can have because other people don't pay them attention. So they continue this cycle of abuse, dating abusers, dating users, dating manipulators, dating liars, dating, addicts, dating people who are treating themselves poorly and treating them poorly. And then they fortify that belief that they're not worth having anybody good, or that nobody will pay attention to them but these people, and these people will continue to hurt them just like everybody else. So what's their option if they don't want to be alone? They have to settle. And I said to them, no, you're doing this backwards. You're putting the cart before the horse. Because somebody amazing will not pay you attention if they see you. I'm a very well-adjusted woman. Okay, I'm spiritually strong, emotionally strong. I can live on my own and do things on my own. And I am, an alpha female roar. I'm well balanced and I do this stuff every single day and I integrate and I listen to my soul. Somebody like me is not going to come at somebody like you, even if they find you attractive, even if they think they might like you, if you are settling for something like that, because you're telling me what you feel like you deserve. And if you feel like you deserve those types of relationships, I can't get involved in that. You know why? Because I deserve better than somebody who feels that way about themselves. Do you hear me? We got to stop with this savior complex and act like we're saving somebody. We are saving nobody. You know why? Because with people who are worth saving and who want to be saved help themselves. They're in the quicksand. They scream help. They stick their arm out. They want somebody to grab a hold of their hand. You cannot save somebody that's drowning that will not allow you to save them. How many times have you heard this? Like, if you're drowning and somebody comes to save you, stop and don't fight them, because you'll drown them and then you'll drown. And that's exactly what's happening. Is in our society, we believe to be an empath, to be an intuitive, to be a spiritual person, to be a good person, we have to save everybody. It's not our job to save anybody. It's everybody's job to save themselves. Okay? We can sprinkle seeds, but I'm not going to sit and watch those seeds every 5 minutes, because I sprinkle seeds and I move on. If you want to come with me, you have to get up and come with me. Okay? People who want to lead understand this. They continue forward. Why? Because if I want to lead you and help you and inspire you, if I'm not moving forward, then you've made me stuck. And you making me stuck means I made myself stuck because I was so worried about saving people who didn't want to be saved that I derailed my own mission. How do you think the enemy works? If you believe in the light, you have to believe in the darkness. If you believe there's a plan, you have to believe that there are forces out there that want to derail the plan. Hear me? And so you cannot derail your own plan. Your job, the reason that you're here, is to take care of you and to take care of your soul and to do what it tells you to do, because it has a GPS in it. It knows exactly where you should go. And sometimes we feel like self-care is selfishness and it's hurting other people. I can't do that because so-and-so will be hurt. Well, so-and-so's feelings are their own responsibility. Okay? As long as I live in my integrity and I am transparent about what I want and I have firm boundaries and everybody knows the rules. Like, that's to me what the zero fucks attitude is that it's not fuck you, I don't care what you think, and I'm going to hurt you. I'll do what I want, whether it hurts people or not. It's not that. It's I'm going to do what my soul tells me to do, even if I feel like you're going to be displeased, even if I feel like you might be hurt, because that hurt is not my responsibility, because by me living in my integrity, I'm doing the right thing. I would rather hurt you with the truth than drag this out and destroy your life with a lie. That is not hurting somebody either. That is stealing your own life and letting them have it because you don't want to see them hurt. And by the way, it's not about you not wanting to see them hurt because you're hurting them. It's because that hurt causes you discomfort that you have to deal with. I don't want to leave my spouse. It will hurt them. No, you want to leave your spouse. That's why you're having this discussion. That's why you're thinking in your head. You're not happy. So staying with them is you lying to them every day, telling them that this is where you want to be. It's you telling them every day that this is going to work out. It's you telling them every day. Do you hear me? It's you being a liar. And it's also you being selfish and irresponsible. I said yesterday in the video that I was doing in this group, and I kind of went off on a tangent. It was funny. I saw the comments in the bottom, and this lady said, "Preach," and I laughed really hard because there was that moment where I was like, "Spirit is completely speaking, and I can't stop it. It's like this train has like derailed, and like it's okay because that's what Spirit wanted me to say." But if you are staying together for children, then you are doing the wrong thing, and I will tell you why. Because you are perpetuating or creating bad generational patterns that will continue long after you are gone. If your relationship is not what you want for your children, if your relationship with your partner is not what you want for your children, then pack your shit today. You should have left yesterday. Okay? We are a living example to everybody that comes in contact. And if we do not have firm boundaries about who we are, what we stand for, and they are not consistent every day, then you are being a bad example of a human for your children, for your spouse, for your friends, for the collective. Your job is to take care of you. That's it. By taking care of you, you automatically and effortlessly take care of other people. Because when you're full, you have so much overflow that you just naturally do the things that you try to force yourself to do now for other people, and then get angry and resentful because you feel like they're stealing from you. You feel like they're not giving back. You feel like the relationship is one-sided. So you feel resentful and you feel like this is bullshit. Like they never do for me. Nobody ever does for me. Everybody just takes from me. I'm the victim in this. You're the victim of you. You're allowing it. When you give from the overflow, you don't even notice. But you have to fill your cup. If you're not self-caring and filling your cup, and listen, going back to what self-care actually is, it is healing. It's inner healing. It's creating boundaries. It's cutting off toxic relationships. It's not this fluffy, I'm going to get my eyebrows done. I'm going to get waxed. Those are all like surface level things that come as side effects of you loving yourself and wanting to be your best self, or wanting to be super sexy, or wanting to look a certain way. But it's not a mask. It's just something that comes natural. You ever felt, met those people that are like, oh my God, you dye your hair pink? I would love to dye my hair pink, but I'd be too afraid of what other people would think, or I think I'm too old, or oh my God, you wear your hoop earrings. I would love to wear those hoop earrings, but what would people think? Well, here's the thing. It doesn't matter what other people think. It matters what you think. And if you don't look like what you want to do, if you look at an outfit or something, or even crystals, or tarot cards or anything, and you go, I really want those and I want to buy them, but what would other people think? Then that is a sign that you are letting other people's opinions control your life. This is your life, nobody else's. Do not give your life to anybody else to control. Okay? Because they have their own life to control. And they can do whatever they want with it. That's why you have to disconnect from what other people do too. You can sprinkle seeds, but you're not responsible for saving them. They have to want to be saved. And they have to save themselves. You can shine the light on it. That's not my only job. I tell people in coaching, they're like, oh my God, you helped me so much. All I did was hold the light. I held the light. The answers were already in you. I held the light, and you had all this garbage around the answers, and I pushed the stuff off the thing, and I pointed at it, and I said, what's that? And you went, yes, it was always there. You just couldn't see it. It's literally all I do is point at it. The other week on my Facebook, I posted, or it might have been this week, I posted a story about how I saw an inchworm. I notice everything like that. I saw an inchworm. It was about maybe 50 feet away, 20 feet away maybe. And it was on its little silk string, and it was blowing in the wind. And I was sitting on my porch, and I looked, and I saw it, and it was blowing, and it looked very pretty. And I said to my son's father, I pointed at it, and I said, look at that inchworm. And he couldn't see it. He couldn't see it. Did that mean it wasn't there? No, just meant he couldn't see it. You know why? Could have been his eyesight. He doesn't see as clearly as I do. Could have been the perspective he was looking at it in. Something could have been blocking his vision. So I took him, and I walked him over to it, and I pointed. And as we got closer, he said, oh my God, I see it. How did you see that from the porch? Because once you start to look into these things, you see them. You start to pick them out immediately. Don't want to be in a narcissistic relationship? All of a sudden you see it coming, you're like, nope, I don't have time for that. Somebody's trying to project their guilt on you? Nope, don't have time for that. Somebody's trying to come at you with and give you like responsibility for something that's not yours. Nope, I don't have time for that. And you don't do it in a shitty way. You do it in a loving, firm boundary way. You go, that's not who I am. And that's not mine. Like, I appreciate you trying to give me that shame back, but guess what? That's not mine. I've already dealt with that, and I don't have any shame surrounding that event or that thing that happened. You know why? Because I dealt with it, but you're clearly trying to blame it on me, which means it's still in you. Okay? Blame is shame projected at other people, so you don't have to take responsibility for it. Okay? So, self-care yourself to damn death. Build your life around self-care, because that's the only way to live. You have to fill your car with gas. You have to change the oil. You have to maintenance it. You can't go, I'm just going to try to get through, because you're not getting through. You're damaging yourself every single day to the point where now it's too late. And you're done. And then your life looks like a train wreck and you go, how did it get here? And then you want to blame other people. It was you. You're in control of your life. Just because circumstances happen outside your control does not mean you don't have control of how you react and how you process and how you take responsibility and how you take accountability and how you align with your integrity. Recognize what is your control area. And the other things, it doesn't matter because you have a protocol for how you take care of that. You have these firm boundaries and you go, these are my boundaries. It doesn't matter what's going on out here. When that stuff comes, they hit the boundaries and they know to hit the bricks. Okay? Self-care yourself to damn death. Okay? Love you, because if you don't love you, how the fuck do you ever expect anybody else to? And I don't say that like nobody can love you if you don't love you. Other people love you. You just can't accept it. You hear me? Other people go, don't tell people if they don't love themselves. Other people can't love them. That just hurts them more. No, you can't accept it. You always think they're lying. If you believe you're not beautiful, if you believe you're a shitty person, if you believe you're not worth that, when somebody says that you are, you automatically want to defend your position and go, no. Do you know what a shitty person I am? Do you know how unattractive I am? Do you know the things that I've done? And you try to convince them otherwise. Why? Because you won't accept it. It's not about them not feeling it. You don't get to control their emotions one way or the other. They can still love you, and you can sit over here and cry about nobody loving you, but you're not loving you, so you won't accept love from anybody else. Okay? That's what it means. So I know this message was serious and for somebody else. I'm going to record a full moon reading, and I will post it Monday. So the full moon is tomorrow. It is, I believe it's July 23rd. So tomorrow I will post this video and you will see it on the full moon, because somebody needs to hear this. Like, do some self-care rituals on the full moon. I believe that that's the whole point of this. Do some self-care rituals on the full moon. Take an Epsom salt bath. Soak in, a bath full of oils. Make yourself some moon water. Write your intentions out and burn them and let them go for the world. Do a little... do an abundance ritual, do a money ritual, do something, do a self-love ritual, do something that makes you happy. Go and get coffee if you don't do it. Sit in the moonlight and love on yourself. And just tell yourself something that you're grateful for. Tell yourself something you love about yourself. Go look in the mirror and smile at yourself. Do something for you on the full moon, okay? So I think that was the message that was trying to come through. And don't accept it. Listen to me. When people come at you with that nonsense, it's a hell no. Okay? It's not a, oh, well, maybe I can fit that in. No, it's a hell no. Because I love me enough to know what I can do and what I can't do. All right? Thank you so much for listening and for caring about yourself enough to want to do these things. I appreciate those that are hanging with me and sending me input on things they would like me to talk about. If you need a private reading or want to talk about coaching, my link is in the description. And I would love, love, love if you would continue the channel by subscribing, liking, commenting, and sharing with other people. Thank you so much, and I will see you after the weekend.